everyone, it's Allie. I just wanted to take you along with me to the Missouri State Penitentiary in Jefferson City, Missouri. I had to stop at Panera first because I wanted a yummy sandwich because I'm basic. We actually ended up taking a wrong turn. Ended up in the back of the prison, which was pretty cool because the guard towers and the wall is actually going to be coming down along with some of these other buildings here that they've already torn down a bunch. So it was cool to see before it got taken down. This here is where we were actually supposed to come in, which is now the front. It didn't used to be the front. They used to be behind more buildings and walls, but those have already been torn down. This was one of the older buildings of the buildings that are still up though, so it was pretty cool coming up and seeing. This was on the second floor of that same building. This used to be just the women's area. Then it also was turned into like a rehabilitation area for drugs and whatnot. They typically kept one person per cell, I believe, in these ones. At one time, there was two people, but it was typically one overall. So this prison actually shut down in 2004. So from 2004 till now, this is kind of how it ended up. I guess it was like in perfect condition when it closed. So it's kind of crazy to see because that doesn't seem like that long ago to me. But these buildings are very old. Nothing was really creepy about it. It was just kind of rickety. I'm kind of scared of heights. There was 4 floors on this one. You can go up to all of them. You just couldn't go inside the rooms. Well, you could go inside the rooms, just don't close them behind you because you can get locked in there for hours. They said at least 8 hours. But it was really cool to see everything. This was a dark room, and a woman actually ended up dying from being left in here and got so malnourished that whenever she finally ate again, she ended up rupturing her spleen from eating too fast, too much. So that was pretty crazy to learn. Lots of these buildings were already torn down. Some of these other buildings are getting torn down, as I said before. There is this red one towards the end, and there's another identical red one, which you will see in just a moment, that is about to be torn down. It's already started on this one here, on the other side of it. This was one of the oldest buildings. I believe that they said like 1860. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it said it was. It was all prisoner built. So they carved all of the stone by hand from a rock quarry on the prison land. At one time, they actually kept 6 to 8 people in one room, which was kind of crazy. You could go all the way up. It was 4 or 5 stories. You could go on all the catwalks except for 2 because there was a tornado that came through here and ripped off the roof completely, and it damaged some of the catwalks and it exposed it to the elements for a long time. So you'll see some of the damage in some of the rooms. I also made it kind of musty and whatnot, but here I am trying to walk across the top floor catwalk. I'm kind of scared of heights, so it was kind of rough for me. And of course the pictures ended up blurry, so that's great. But it was fun nonetheless. You could go inside of all these different ones as long as the door was open. Again, you could get locked inside. Somebody was locked inside like 3 months ago, and they were locked in there for like 8 hours. So yeah, they said don't do that because it also cost you like at least like $1,000 too. So not something I wanted to do. You could go in all of these rooms. You could see the way they had them all set up differently. This one was a little bit different. This one was part of the Auburn system they had originally going on in here. If you want to learn any more about that, you can just look up the Auburn system. It's pretty much to make you bow your head as you're coming out, to not look at any of the guards in the eyes. You can see how short the door is there because I'm only 5'1". This was another dark room. This guy ended up going completely blind. I believe it was him. Anyways, it was kind of crazy. There was another guy in here that went and actually wrote a book. I guess you can find it on Amazon. It's really cool, but it has some morbid history down there. So if you want to read it, make sure you are okay with that kind of stuff. Anyways, they had like original bars and stuff. It was really cool to see, but it was kind of just crazy to think. This in the back here was like a recreation area at one time, and like a baseball fields and stuff. And then over here is the gas chambers. We actually got to go inside of the gas chambers. You could even sit in the chairs, which is kind of morbid, but I did it anyway. You'll see a picture in just a moment. Yeah, there I am. Oh, look at that cheesing. Anyways, no, they said 29 or 30 people went to the gas chamber, and then one was by lethal injection before the prison closed in 2004. But all in all, it was really cool to experience. If you're a history buff like me, it's nice to go to these places and learn more about everything. I wouldn't go again, but it was nice to go one time at least. And I highly recommend you guys at least going to something like this one time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my pictures, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.